Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Dark Souls Remastered. I don't know if there is anyone who has never heard about the game, but I know that there are plenty of people who have never tried it. You know, because of the fear that the game is too difficult, people are deliberately cutting themselves from this amazing experience. And they are absolutely right. Mental health is not something we have a lot these days, so if you don't have masochistic tendencies and find dying over and over again uninteresting, the game is not for you. But maybe you need a challenge. Maybe you lack some achievement in your life, and completing Dark Souls Remastered is the thing that will finally raise your self-esteem. You know, then you could tell every friend of yours that you have beaten Dark Souls and they will be like,
"Wow, really nice, wow."
Usually they will never ask you that, but you will tell them anyway. People who complete a Dark Souls are vegans of the gaming world. There is no way that you finish the game and never told that to anyone. And now let me introduce you to a sponsor of this video. New amazing platform for Steam gamers.
Pointquest.
Yeah, and this is how it rolls. Here you can make your games work for you in a fun way. Earn Steam achievements and track your progress, but each unlocked game achievement isn't just a badge of honor, it is way more. Achievements give you points, and those can be exchanged for goods on the store page, ranging from gift cards to games and even real items. Click on the link below and start Pointquest today with these easy steps. First step, authorize on the platform with your Steam account.
It's not a scam.
Second step, link any games you like from the games page. Third step, start your weekly quest. Pointquest will provide you with 8 random achievements from your selected games, and you will have to accomplish as many assignments as possible within the weekly period to earn points. Pointquest is using top-played games on Steam, but any game can be added via request of users on the Discord server. After a week, the cycle continues with new achievements and new adventures. Collecting achievements is always fun, but Pointquest puts your gaming journey on another level. Join by clicking on the link below and start turning your achievements into real rewards. No tricks, only good vibes and prizes. Crusader Kings 3. Let me start from the fact that you can play it for free this whole weekend, and a lot of people think that this is the best grand strategy game ever made, and it's really hard to argue with this. You will choose your noble house and lead your dynasty to greatness in a Middle Ages epic that spans generations. War is but one of many tools to establish your reign, as real strategy requires expert diplomatic skill, mastery of your realm, and true cunning. Begin in medieval times and claim titles, lands, and minions to secure a realm worthy of your royal blood. And if you die, that's okay. Your lineage continues with new playable heirs, either planned or not. Depends on your combined skill of bad diplomacy and casual diplomacy while you were alive. But be warned, the game is extremely complicated and it will take you many days to master. Although it has almost endless replayability, it may be the game you play for years and years. Also keep in mind that the prequel of the game, Crusader Kings 2, is completely free on Steam and you can try it anytime you want. Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express. Here you will discover a modernized and revisited version of Agatha Christie's classic book. Set in 2023, Murder on the Orient Express brings the classic tale to life in a way that may surprise even the most dedicated fans. Game isn't blindly following the original story. Here you'll find brand new elements and experience the mystery and suspense of the most famous case of Hercule Poirot. So here a crime is committed on the train. During your trip you are surrounded by a group of singular characters, all suspects, each with their own secrets and motives. And your job is to single out the murderer amongst them. Solving the mystery won't be easy. Through numerous twists and turns you will have to use your enormous IQ to unravel the mystery and bring it to light. I wish games like that had an actual brain capability requirement, so you won't lose the money if you are, a bit dumber. So before you buy, you would have to solve a small puzzle, preferably from the game, to unlock the payment options. If you fail, the game is obviously not for you. Buy some other game, and if you solve it in a matter of seconds, that may tell you something as well. Just an idea, but kinda nice one, huh? Layers of Fear. Here you will assume the role of a painter who is trying to finish his masterpiece, but as he begins to paint, he starts having hallucinations, and so it begins. The game is grounded on problems like loneliness, alcoholism, and divorce. So if you are a lonely alcoholic who has just divorced, instead of playing this game, change your life for good. Start now. not tomorrow. You are a wonderful person, just help yourself. And now subscribe. This pep talk isn't entirely free. Anyway, if you think that this is a real horror game, you will be disappointed. It is not. The game has a few scary elements, especially jump scares, and the atmosphere of the unknown is shimmering in the air, but overall the game is more of a storyteller rather than a real horror game. It has beautiful visuals and amazing soundtrack, so give it a try.
Gamedec.
This is a single-player, non-combat cyberpunk RPG. You are a game detective who solves crimes inside virtual worlds by using your wits to gather information from your witnesses and suspects. Also get to the bottom of deceptive schemes, save lives and investigate the relationships between virtual worlds and their inhabitants. The game continually adapts to your choices and never judges, just like your dog does. Also, it sounds a bit like Disco Elysium, and that's a great thing. Although keep in mind that here you will not find any battles and no fighting is available. Pick it up only if you like to read and carefully analyze sentences in dialogues. Age of Wonders 4. At first this game may look really complex. It is filled with tens or even hundreds of various tiny statistics, resources, skills, traits, and so on. And that can be really overwhelming. But when I played it, I remember the golden rule of any game. Just play it as you can and learn along the way. And you know, it worked. It's actually not that complex, and explanations here are great. Also, a very cool thing here is that immediately after you launch the game, you are provided with the opportunity to create your own faction. Here you can create cannibal moles or necromancer frogs, orcs of light, or anything you can imagine, and officially name them as well. To be short, you can break stereotypes as you like. The combat, of course, is the most fun and most interesting thing in the game. Age of Wonders 4 has an incredible amount of different units made with this cool faction creation tool, from fire gremlins to holy moles with wings and nimbuses. Yeah, holy moly is actually here. Battle arenas are gorgeous as well. The design is really pretty and eye-catching. Most of them are filled with some shining details that create this magical atmosphere in which many things die. This is a great game, especially if you like the previous parts or if you are a fan of Heroes of Might and Magic. Citizen Sleeper. This is a serious game for serious people, and it has above 90% of positive reviews, meaning that this is a great game no matter how you look at it. Citizen Sleeper is a narrative RPG which takes you on Erlen's Eye, a ruined space station that is home to thousands of people trying to survive on the edges of an interstellar capitalist society. You are a sleeper, a digitized human consciousness in an artificial body, owned by a corporation that wants you back. So literally, someone owns your ass and the rest of you, and amongst the unfamiliar and colorful inhabitants of the Eye, you need to build friendships, earn your keep, and navigate the factions of this strange metropolis if you hope to survive. Game is text-based, with multiple endings, beautiful drawings, and sci-fi cyberpunk atmosphere. It's like a great book where you can actually tell the hero what he must do. Dying Light Definitive Edition. This is a great deal which includes the full game and a huge expansion with a new story, vast original map, and a customizable buggy to drive. Also 2 additional game modes, 2 additional quarantine zones, exclusive weapons and outfits. The game has an overwhelmingly positive review score on Steam, and that makes at least 95% of all players happy with their purchase. Anyway, here you'll have to survive in a city ravaged by, obviously, zombie virus and freely roam around basking in its unique atmosphere. You will also use parkour skills to jump or climb buildings and reach remote areas. But the most dramatic shift in the world comes at the sundown, as you change from a hunter to a hunted. That is a terrifying experience, and you would never leave the safe zone at night, but the best quests and rewards await you only when the darkness falls. Also, if you are used to taking free games from the Epic Store, you may already have it, so check your library. Tyranny. In a realm where the tyrant has already won, you must decide how to reshape the world. Will you become an all-powerful dictator, or will you strengthen the pillars of a new regime? You are not a random villager here. In fact, you will wield a vast amount of power in the occupied lands. So basically, you are some kind of a Littlefinger. Just be careful to not end up like Littlefinger as well. You know, dead. So in Tyranny, your actions really matter, and no decision here is truly black or white.
Or Asian.
The choices here are morally obscure and will never let you out of the situation easily. People on Steam really love that this game is very detailed and the world itself feels alive and immersive. The combat might be challenging, but it is fair, since it rewards the players who take the time to strategize. Just be warned that Tyranny is more like a book. Be ready for the walls of text everywhere you go. The Pale Beyond. You never wanted to lead this expedition, but here you are. Stuck on and in the ice, your captain is missing and you are stranded miles from civilization. Someone has to take charge, and that is you, unfortunately. Because, knowing you now, everyone is certainly doomed. You will have to manage your resources, balance safety and morale, make the hard calls and head in the only direction you can, through the pale beyond. Keeping your crew and your dogs safe, fed and warm during the expedition is mandatory. Surviving on the ice will matter little in the face of a mutiny. Every vote will count. So keep the crew, at least the majority of it, on your side. Or you will hang and someone else will take the lead. But that won't be your story anymore. This is a wonderful, story-rich game. I can recommend it for everyone who likes games like that without a doubt. Ship of Fools. This is a seafaring roguelite co-op game where you play the fools, the only creatures fool enough to brave the sea. The great lighthouse that once protected the archipelago is broken, and a storm of malice and corruption is coming. So you, together with your shipmate, will jump aboard and make your voyage across the sea. Man the cannons, ready your sails, and protect your ship from sea monsters over multiple runs. It's up to you to defend your home from the almighty aquapocalypse. People are saying that the game is hard, but not too hard, so it doesn't ruin your mood. Also, you can play it alone, but it's not what the intentions of the developers were, so if you don't have a friend, skip this one. Yes, Your Grace. In this kingdom management RPG, petitioners will arrive in the throne room each turn to ask for your advice and assistance. You will have to decide whether to help them with their problems or to conserve resources for more important matters. Your supplies are limited and not everyone has the kingdom's best interest at heart. You will not be alone in this task. You will hire generals, witches and hunters to aid your kingdom, prepare for battles and make alliances by satisfying the needs of lords and other kings. People on Steam are saying that the game makes you feel like a real king, although it is a bit depressing. Many of your choices have grim consequences and you are personally responsible for all of that. In Other Waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out. A Plague Tale: Innocence. Here you'll take control of young Amisha and her little brother Hugo in a journey through the darkest hours of history. Haunted by Inquisition soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, you will struggle to survive against overwhelming odds. Dead, rotten bodies lay everywhere, and rats, oh, those creatures can and will eat anyone alive who does not carry a light source. As I always say, this is a bit unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Rats are no vampires. I used to own one, it liked bathing in the sun rays.
Well, what if those are vampire rats?
I never actually thought about that. Anyway, keep in mind that the atmosphere here is grim and dark, so if you are a sensitive person, it may prove a challenge to play. Game tend to pull the ropes of emotion, and if you let your guard down and allow it to do its dark job, it will control you like a puppet. But in general, all that darkness is cool and original, keeping in mind all those airy fairy unicorn games people are used to play these days. Wytchwood. This is a crafting adventure set in an expressive land of gothic fables and fairy tales. As the mysterious old witch of the woods, you will have to explore a strange countryside, collect magical ingredients, brew sorcerous enchantments, and pass your twisted judgment upon a capricious cast of characters and creatures. The forest inhabitants has to respect you, and by respect, I mean fear. Nah, just kidding. Or am I? Yes I am. This is a wonderful handcrafted game, but don't let the joyful facade fool you. The game is quite complex. You will have to collect, gather, grow and craft bizarre ingredients like bottled fear. Don't mix it up with your daily morning gulp of whiskey. You will spend your day trembling under the table. Anyway, you will research and concoct devious spells and sorceries. Turn the greedy into frogs or into something way worse, like pineapples. Trick the wicked with cunning curses and explore an allegorical world of tales. Uncover colorful personas and interact interesting magic-infused narratives. People who play this game a lot are saying that it is very cozy, funny and beautiful game, although a bit too easy and dialogue sometimes feel endless. Sunless Skies. Here you play the captain of a locomotive, a steam engine fitted for off-rail travel, sailing the stars, leading your crew into trouble and out of their minds. Smuggle souls, barter for crates of time, stop for a cricket and a cup of vodka. Discover more of the deep, dark and marvelous Fallen London universe. Also, if you like this one, check out Sunless Sea as well. You can play either game first, the stories coexist happily just like beer coexist with its bottle. Sunless Skies is a narrative game, all action is just an addition to a bigger story. Be prepared for that. Vagrus, the Riven Realms. This game is intended for thinkers, for people who like to carefully analyze statistics, plan their future adventures and so on. Although keep in mind that Vagrus is a very hard game. If you are looking for a casual experience, it is definitely not a good choice for you. So here you'll find a vast realm to explore, filled with unique locations, strange factions and a colorful cast of characters. The continent is a wasteland riddled with arcane anomalies, swarming with twisted monsters and haunted by roaming undead even after long centuries of rebuilding. People on Steam are saying that this is a beautiful game, but only for those with the patience and critical thinking. Despite that, the combat here is very basic and based on RNG, so don't expect miracles. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Here you'll find yourself in Hong Kong, a vibrant neon city teeming with life, whose exotic locations and busy streets hide one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in the world. In this open-world game, you will play the role of an undercover cop, trying to take down the mafia from the inside out. You'll have to prove yourself worthy as you fight your way up the ranks, taking part in brutal criminal activities without blowing your cover. You will be torn between your loyalty to the badge and a criminal code of honor. You will risk everything as the lines between truth, loyalty and justice become permanently blurred. Game promises that you will enter illegal races, kick back with some karaoke and gamble on cockfights. Let's hope they have animals in mind. Manifold Garden. The game looks like a creation of AI, where you prompted it to create something 3D, geometrical and physics-based. But this game is not just beautiful gibberish, it's an actual game with an expansive and visually striking world filled with mind-bending puzzles. Here you'll have to manipulate gravity to gain new perspectives and walk on any visible surface. You will explore structures that repeat infinitely, and also play with photo mode and make some beautiful art for your office. I'm not kidding, your boss, if he's not a gamer, will approve this quite easily, and if he is a gamer, that will be even easier. It seems that the game was made mostly by one man, and that is a huge achievement. People on Steam are saying that you don't need drugs to feel like you are on drugs while playing this game. Also, it's very satisfying to watch all these structures unfold in front of you, or should I say unmanifold in front of you. Conan Exiles. This is an online multiplayer survival game with mounts and mounted combat set on the lands of Conan the Barbarian. You'll journey through a massive and seamless open world, from the rolling sand dunes of the southern desert to the mysterious eastern swamp and the snow-capped mountains of the frozen north. Climb anywhere and experience full freedom of exploration. In other words, it is an open-world sandbox and you can play together with friends or, with creepy strangers as you build your own home or even a shared city. You will have to survive freezing cold, explore loot-filled dungeons and develop your character from lowly peasant to a mighty barbarian. Also fight to dominate your enemies in epic siege wars. People on Steam are talking that the game is a bit buggy and that can be annoying, but it also has boobs in it, so for that you can forgive almost anything. Dark Souls 3. The discounts on Dark Souls games are quite rare in general, so if you ever plan to play the game, there is no better time than now. So in the third part of Dark Souls, you will face 25 different bosses, including 8 optional ones, and if you are not a pro, you will die at least a few times during each boss battle, and on some of them it may take you from 20 to as much as 50 times. So it's not only a matter of your patience and iron nerves, but it's time consuming as well. Players are praising the game and saying that it is hard, but not as hard as real life. You can't beat your actual boss in real life and just casually move on. I know that you wish to do that, but don't. In prison you would meet even harder adversaries, so just play Dark Souls instead. It's easy if you actually think about it.
Wait, what?
Oh, shut up. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.